everyone, what's up? My name is Joss. Welcome back to my channel, squibblesreads. Today, I figured I would do a little bit of a different video. I kind of wanted to do like a get ready with me because I've been binge watching people's makeup book tags and I didn't really want to do the makeup book tag, but I kind of just wanted to do like a chit chat get ready with me. I'm going to be talking about some of my reading and channel goals in 2017, as well as going over some of the feedback that you guys gave me on the feedback form that I posted on Twitter, just asking like what you guys wanted to see and what you didn't want to see on my channel. I also did like a mini reflection of like what was happening in 2016, as well as just kind of like some of the complainy, whiny thoughts that I've been having over the past little while. I don't really know what this is gonna be, but yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's not a million minutes long, and I didn't really explain what I was doing with my face, but I did put on all this makeup. I can leave a products list in the down bar below if you really want to know what's going on there. But yeah, I hope you like this, and I will roll the footage here. Okay, so we're putting the foundation on. So I figured I'd talk about kind of like what happened in 2016 with my 2016 goals. Basically, in 2016, I set my Goodreads goal to 75 books, and I usually read, so for the first half of the year, I read pretty fast. I read like 15 books a month, maybe like between 12 and 15 books a month. And then I knew that in the second half of the year, I would slow down my reading pace because I would add like 40 hours of work to my week, basically. So I figured that 75 books was probably a good and not too lofty goal to set for 2016. I ended up reaching that goal like some way in like halfway to 3/4 of the way through the year. So that went well. I have no idea how much product is on my face right now. Like I could literally have like 3 inches of makeup on my face and I just wouldn't know. I hardly read anything in like August, September, and then I had like a massive reading month in October for whatever reason. And in November I read hardly anything, and now in December I think I've read like 4 or 5 books, but yeah, most of my reading took place in the first half of the year, which I totally expected. My other goals in 2016, I'm not even going to talk about those because frankly I didn't even like remember them until I was doing this video because whatever. Alright, so like some of you guys know, I did like a feedback form thing, Google form thing that I posted on Twitter, and I had you guys kind of just answer some questions about my channel in general, and thank you to everyone that filled that out, that just like took the time to sit there and fill that out. I think the most helpful question was the one that I made mandatory. So the mandatory question that was on that feedback form was, I had a bunch of check boxes for each, I guess, like type of video, so like TBRs, wrap-ups, hauls, discussions, and then like hidden gems, thrillers and more Thursdays, stuff like that. I had check boxes, and then I had you guys check all of the ones that you click on to watch on my channel. That was actually the most helpful for me because it provided just like concrete, like numerical feedback. The things that got the least votes, surprisingly, were hauls. I didn't think that hauls would get the least votes. And also unboxings got the least votes. And then middle of the road was TBRs and thrillers and more Thursdays, but I feel like even if thrillers and more Thursdays got like no votes, like no one ever watched them, I would still make them because they're like my favorite videos to make. Alright, so just setting this with Nye's Banana Powder. So the things that got the most votes were discussions and wrap-ups and hidden gem videos. Because you guys like to hear me actually talk about the books. I think one of the comments was like, I actually like to hear whether you liked the book or not just like the synopsis and what you're gonna read that month, which totally makes sense to me because I really like watching that stuff from other people too. Okay, so I'm done like foundation, concealer, whatever. I'm just gonna bronzer up. Oh, some of the comments that I wasn't expecting. So I also had like these long answer questions in my Google Forms. Some of the answers that I wasn't expecting in the long answer part, which were actually really helpful. So I think a couple people said that when I was doing hauls, sometimes I don't hold the book up so that it's fully visible. And also that because some of them are library books, they have a plastic covering on them, so it you can see like all the lights in the plastic covering because it's really like reflective. so you can't see the cover of the book when the light is on it, which totally makes sense to me, and I had no idea that I was actually doing that, so that's helpful. There were also a couple comments that said that I could improve my audio quality, which also makes sense because that's something that I have been looking into as well. So I will probably, when I get more money, I will continue to look into improving the audio quality. If I can just get like a shotgun microphone or a lapel microphone, I'll probably do that. Right, so there were some other people that said, this was like a pretty common one, that said that they wanted more consistent content, which again, totally makes sense to me. I was just like swamped with an exam in early December, so I wish that my content had also been more consistent. So that is really, really helpful for me. So something that I do want to change in 2017 is that I want to go back on a schedule. So I found that when I was doing one video a week this year, because in August, September, I went to one video a week instead of two. I used to upload every Monday and Thursday at 4 p.m. PST, like clockwork. Like there was no change in that. I did that for a few months, and I guess people really liked that. And then after that, I had this massive, like, comprehensive exam for school, and there was just like no time for that. I also wasn't reading, so it's kind of just hard to like talk about books when you aren't reading. Anyways, the point is, I just found that I was a lot less motivated to make videos when I was on that once a week schedule. So I'm gonna go back to Monday and Thursday at 4 p.m. because it was more motivating for me. I just found that I was more connected to the community. So I'm going to do that, except I am going to only film once a week, and then I'll film 2 videos at that time and edit them and schedule them. So I think that's the plan. There were also a couple people that wanted more like vlogs and informal videos. This is kind of an informal video, right? Like, I don't know, put makeup on the face. But honestly, my life is just like really boring. Like, so basically I go to work and then I go to school from 4 to 10 p.m. a few times a week. And then I come home and then I wake up and then I do it all again. So, I mean, I don't know how interesting that would actually be. While I get my eye things ready. So some of like the longer answer comments were like super polarized. So for example, there was this one comment that was like, I think you should be more honest. And then there was another comment that was like, I think you should stop hating things. So, I mean, and then there was one comment that was, actually there were a few comments that were like, I appreciate how you read like adult books. And then there was another comment that was like, you should stop excluding YA books, which I didn't think that I was doing, because if you look at my channel, I do like reviews and even like individual reviews of YA books, and I did not ever mean to come off like I was excluding anything, because honestly I just like pick up whatever. Like when I go to the library, I go to like all the sections in the library. So but it was just weird because it was just so polarizing. Like all of those comments are so polarizing that I didn't really know what to do with them. But I do think that I have been like as honest as I can be, because I mean, this is like my hobby, so I feel like if I wasn't honest, like there's nothing for me to gain from being dishonest, if that makes sense. Like it literally doesn't help anyone, including and especially me, so I'd rather like delete my channel than be dishonest. So I mean, I am going to like keep reading from like all different genres, all different age groups. Like when I go to the library, I go to all the sections of the library, and I'm just going to keep being as honest as I can, because I don't know. Yeah, thank you to everyone who actually took the time to fill that out. Again, there were like way more responses than I was initially expecting, so I really appreciate all of those answers. It was really helpful. I can't talk and do my eyebrows at the same time. I've never done my eyebrows in a handheld mirror. Eyebrows are the windows to your soul. Isn't that what people say in 2016? Again, thank you to people who filled out that survey. Have I said that like 16 million times? Because I mean it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's talk channel goals for 2017. So like I was saying, I'm going on a schedule again. I'm going to upload Monday and Thursday at 4 p.m. PST. That is just what I've always done. That's what I'm going to keep on doing. And then also, if you haven't heard, Diversathon is happening in January again. Like the 3rd week of January. It's after I come back from holidays, so that's happening. So I'm really excited to host that again. But you know, okay, let's do some like real talk here. So I honestly, for the past few months, have not really been feeling motivated to film at all. So like I was saying, after I started work, I get up at like 6 in the morning, and then some days I don't get back until like 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and then I wake up and do it all again the next day, and then I get Fridays off, but Monday to Thursday is just like this big crunch for me. So when I come home, I just want to like go to bed or like watch Netflix or like do whatever. So I haven't really had a ton of motivation to film, and then over time that kind of just became like, ugh, I like don't want to film anymore. I don't have anything to talk about. I'm just kind of like over it. I just like haven't been feeling very good about YouTube in general. Also with the new like algorithm change that everyone has been talking about, but YouTube has not confessed to at all. I feel like my videos aren't showing up in people's subscription boxes, and then sometimes some days I'll lose between like 10 and 20 subscribers, but they will all be lost at once. Like it's not like a gradual thing. Like I will lose, like it's not like I like sit there and click the update button on how many subscribers I have. Like that's not it at all. But sometimes it'll just like drop 10 to 20 subscribers all at once, and I don't know like why, or if they're just getting rid of like channels that they think are not being used or that are not watching my videos. I have no idea what's happening, but because of that, I feel like my videos have been getting less views, or y'all hate me, but I mean, it just kind of like happened at once. And like, again, like this is not something that I'm doing for the views, because I have a job, I go to school, like this will never be my job. This is just something that I do for fun, but I really do like it. And part of the thing that I like is that this video is gonna be like 40 minutes long, by the way. Yeah, so part of the thing that I like is that you guys leave me comments, right? And I love, even though, okay, let's be real here, in like the past couple months, I have been not great about replying to comments like right away, because again, school, work, massive comprehensive exam. Again, like not excuse making at all. Like it's not me making excuses, but the point is I see all of your comments, and sometimes they just like make my day. They make me so happy to see. If you guys like picked up a book that I recommended, or even if like you disagree with me, or if you're like calling me out on something, like I appreciate those too, you know what I mean? But the point is, without views, I get less comments, and that just kind of like makes me sad, because I like interacting with you guys, you know what I mean? And without views, if people are not watching the videos, they're also not commenting, right? I don't know how to fix that. It's just kind of like disheartening to not be getting the same amount of views. And again, I'm not doing this for the views, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let's be real here. I had kind of like a midlife YouTube crisis, if you can call it that, a couple of weeks ago, and I just like really wanted to delete my channel. I was just like, I am over this. I don't want to do it anymore. I have no motivation. It was mostly due to just like not having any motivation to film anymore. I would come home and I would be like, oh my gosh, I have to film again. Like I have nothing to talk about. No one's ever gonna watch this. And then the view counts kind of reflected that no one wanted to watch it. So I have no idea what's going on, but I just like haven't been feeling good about the channel. Why do I just keep saying that over and over again? But I was thinking about deleting and then just sticking to Twitter or Goodreads. I'm not like saying this for sympathy, but it's just kind of like, if I'm not feeling good about it, this is just a hobby. So I don't know what's gonna happen in 2017. I mean, I might end up deleting my channel. We don't know, but take it as it comes. The only thing that I'm going to do really is I'm going to go on a schedule. Okay, so in terms of my reading goals, I'm just gonna set my Goodreads goal to 1 book this year, because when I set it to 75 books last year, it didn't like add anything to my life. It didn't like motivate me at all. So I'm just gonna set it to 1 book, and I feel like it's not really gonna change how much I read or whatever. And in terms of what I read, I am going to continue to read diversely. I'm going to try and read more diversely. Oh, so something else that I can talk about. I am going on vacation, which is why I'm pre-filming all these videos. And this was probably a really, really bad video to pre-film. Like, let's just be real here. I had to like do a whole new setup and move my camera down and get the mirror and do the stuff. But it also is helping me pack my makeup, which is for the trip, because I had to get all my makeup products and like put them on the floor right here. So it was kind of actually helpful, and I didn't know that that would happen. I don't know if I'm done blending. I think I am. Whatever. Okay, I can't do this. I'm gonna go put on my eyeliner and I'll be right back. I'm gonna be on vacation until January 10th, and then I come back January 10th, and then I go to work. So all the videos that you guys will see in the next couple weeks are going to be all pre-filmed, which kind of makes me sad because I couldn't use the last like 10-ish days of the year to pick a new favorite book or read a new favorite book. A bunch of people on Twitter were talking about that, like, oh my god, you guys are picking your favorite books of the year and there's still 10 days left, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I could use those 10 days to read, but I have to pre-film. What do? What if I read like a freaking amazing book, right? Like, what do I do? I mean, I guess I could just mention it in 2017, but I'm uptight like that. Just kidding, I'm actually not that uptight at all. But but yeah, going on vacation is gonna be a good time. I might vlog some on vacation, so those of you that wanted to see that vlog. I have no eyelashes. Like, what is even happening? For those of you that wanted to see a vlog, I might be doing that on vacation. I don't think I have anything left to do on my face, do I? Alright, so this is the face. I feel like I had a really good time doing that, even though I don't know if I actually talked about anything useful in that video. But if you liked this, please let me know. If you did not like this, also please let me know, because this is totally a new thing for me. Just like chatting, doing my makeup, whatever. It was kind of like a variation of like inspired by the makeup book tag, because I just like saw people doing get ready with me's and talking about stuff that was not the makeup book tag questions. So that's cool. What am I even talking about? I don't even know. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!